Okay, you're welcome back from that short break. Joining me in today's discussion segment is no other person than Mr. Victor, as usual. Mr. Victor, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Victor, let's go straight to the business of the day. All right, what do you make of the president of the nation, Muhammadu Buhari, making his first tweet after 4 months of Twitter ban?
We've been waiting for such a day, and it's quite remarkable that his first tweet after 4 months of
Twitter ban.
releasing the ban of stopping
Yes.
the ban. It's now 4 months.
Yes.
Okay, and almost a year that incident happened. So he tweeted about he wished the Muslim family Eid Mubarak, and he also wrote at length respect to the security situation happening in the country. He congratulated he made his point clear about the military putting in so much effort, okay, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that he sees the final days of the war against Boko Haram. Okay, he also mentioned that just some weeks ago, the military were able to kill the leader of the ISWAP, and he also mentioned that the bandits, the terrorists now has lost many of the territories that they gained, and they are now using they are now using civilians as human shields. Okay. And he also by saying that, he also reiterated as in the military and the government fight to get back the 63 hostages that were held during the train attack.
So do you see that as a smart move? See that as a smart move?
Yeah.
You really think it's wise to negotiate with terrorists in that manner?
Well, in terms of negotiation, right now, I think they should negotiate with those terrorists or bandits. Okay.
Okay.
Reason, cause I don't want.
They should negotiate using humans to get humans as well.
Yeah, they should release the prisoners. In as much as I just don't want Chibok to happen again. This is 8 years into Chibok. Chibok happened in 2014.
Okay.
And the same government, I'm even surprised that he did not mention about Chibok. And this government has failed to mention about Chibok.
Maybe that could be down to the fact that, as usual, they might have swept that particular matter under the carpet.
Well, with the signs that I'm seeing,
it might be obvious.
I think it's the government have forgotten about Chibok, and it's so sad. And that's the reason why I say they should just please negotiate with these terrorists, because we don't want anybody to die. Just like he mentioned that they are using the smartest move to make sure that nobody died out of the 63 persons.
Okay.
And I'm sure if we had that opportunity back then, I don't know the details of what happened in 2014, because if we had that opportunity and we released, or we gave them anything they wanted, or negotiated some part of what they wanted, and they released the Chibok girls, I think it could have made more sense. Okay. Because right now, many of those girls will never see them again. Their parents will never see them again. The trauma, do you know what it means to have a child of that age that you can't see anymore? Many of them have been married out. Many of them have been taken out of the country, and you can't see them anymore. They've been brainwashed.
You don't know if they are dead or not.
You don't know whether they are dead or not. So I don't want this to happen again.
So, Mr. Victor, it's very normal for people to say, it's a smart move from the federal government, using terrorists to negotiate on behalf of the hostages that have been held. But let's not forget that these persons are criminals, in quotes. And when negotiating with a criminal, you can't be so sure or certain of the outcome. So how are we so sure that, okay, fine, the federal government is telling these terrorists, we will give you your friends that we've arrested already in exchange for these hostages, 68 hostages that you are holding currently. So how sure are we that after we release these terrorists out, that the criminals, in quote, these terrorists to be able to release the hostages out for us to take? What makes you think there won't be a foul play somewhere along the line?
Well, I think it's quite sensitive and dicey when it comes to releasing
It is, actually, it is.
terrorists. But also mind you, what major powers do nowadays is that if there is any top terrorist that they even capture, they kill the person. Just imagine what happened during Osama. So just like I was saying, the Americans, I'm sure they knew what happened and they covered it up because Bin Laden was killed, as in, and reasons why, okay, you can't even find the bodies, okay, because they don't want any form of negotiation with any terrorists tomorrow to say, okay, we want the bodies of Osama bin Laden, or maybe where they bury him, terrorists might not use that spot as their holy place. Okay. I don't know if you get my point, or a remembrance place. So in this case, and I like the phrase the president used, eliminate the terrorists. Find out that they all know, I think they know, that keeping them, as in arresting and keeping them, will not solve the problem. So they tend to eliminate. Just like what happened with the ISWAP leader that just got killed. So going forward, the government should also, for the other little soldiers, okay, the newbies, should make sure that when they capture these guys, there should be a trial court. There should be a new court, a separate court from the general court to try this person, so that it will take a shorter period of time, and they will
pass judgment on them.
Yes, and let the law, the wrath of the law, hit them in no long time.
Okay, Mr. Victor, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. Shortly before we call it a day, I'd like to know your thoughts on Muslim clerics attacking APC and PDP, that's the CAN and PFN, on zoning, attacking them on zoning.
Right now, what happened in 2015 is beginning to happen. Why do I say that? There is now fear. I think these politicians, not just the politicians too, even stakeholders of this country, they are now trying to, let's say, they are causing this scare that Nigeria might not exist after 2023 election.
Okay, Mr. Victor, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. Shortly before we call it a day, we'd like to know what you think of the Muslim clerics, that's CAN and PFN, attacking APC and PDP on zoning.
Muslim clerics, PFN, CAN, as in can, and even the Afenifere, they are out again to say power should go to the south. Nigeria, like we know, it's a divided country, divided against the north and the south. Now, my question is, do we really want what happened in 2015 happen in 2023, or prior to 2015 election happen prior to 2023? Prior to 2015, you find out that there was so much tension in this country that many persons left this country and they are not yet back. That brewing of fear, of rage is beginning to happen right now. And you find out that it's not just about the politicians, it's also about these organizations coming to also, for me, put put fuel in the fire. Yes, they might have their opinions, but I just want them to make sure that one, they should speak the truth, but they should also be very sensitive about Nigeria. Okay? Now, what's the issue? The issue is that, as it stands, the APC are yet to zone, are yet to be concrete about their zoning. In as much as they've also stated it that they do not, their constitution does not embrace zoning. But in the PDP, it is stated in their constitution that zoning will be of the party, and power must rotate and change hands within the regions of the country. Reason why, just like the APC, you find out that their leaders, their party leaders, their party chairmen are from the north. Okay? Meaning, if the party leadership is from the north, that means presidency should come to the south. PDP on their own know that it's their constitution. But they are also, the party bigwigs are also playing a calculative one that if they maintain this presidency to the south, maintain this zoning formula to the south, that they might not be able to get the northern votes. Reason why somebody like Alhaji Atiku, the Turaki of Adamawa, has come out to say that the 11 million votes that he got during the last election, they are still waiting for him. And the 11 million votes, a wide majority also comes, or a fraction rather, also comes from the north. Then, an APC stalwart came out yesterday to also say that Buhari's 12 million votes, which a greater percentage, over 70% of his votes came from the north, that we should know that, or the APC should know that these numbers, that they need to collect it back if they bring a northerner to represent them in the general election. But I also ask, just like some other politicians are asking, that if Buhari is saying that, if they are saying, or the APC wing are saying that Buhari has 12 million votes, does it mean that those persons have not changed their mind or changed their ideology with APC? Well, we already know that most of our parties don't have ideologies. That's another topic for another day. Okay? But if you also check those 12 million votes, you might have seen persons that are disappointed from the northeast, from the northwest, from the north central, that they are disappointed with this administration. Okay? And you also note that many persons have also died. But we should also know that at the same time, while cleaning up the data for the dead, mind you, children have turned youth. 11-year-olds above have crossed the 18 years line to vote. So you find out that these two wings, does power go to the north or does it go to the south? It's really causing friction in this country. And mind you, the reports we are getting right now is that the Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, might come out to declare his interest. And remember, as it stands, the only northerner, or the top northerner we have is, that's a presidential aspirant from the APC that we have right now, is Bello, the governor of Kogi State. But you know, his candidacy, many people see it as a joke. So right now in the Senate, they are even clamoring for consensus candidates for someone like Ahmed Lawan. But also mind you, sorry, I'm taking your time. Also mind you that in 1999, if you check 1999, we had, I'm talking about with respect to zone versus zone.
Yes.
We had Olusegun Obasanjo of the Southwest and Chief Falaye of the Southwest. Then in 2007, we had Yaradua Buhari, that is North versus North. Then in 2015, we had the contest between Atiku and Buhari. You find out that if it goes one way or if it goes against the other, just like what happened with Buhari versus Goodluck Jonathan, you find out that from what the APC, will I call them elites or great thinkers are saying, that if they go south versus north, just like what happened between Jonathan South
and
versus Buhari North, that APC will lose the power. So this is pure calculations that is ongoing. And if you find out, even in the PDP, you find out that the steam from the southern governors just about this 1 week has really reduced. I also pity the southern aspirants from the APC, persons like Rotimi Amechi. Find out that his team is really, really dropping. Then talk about Tinubu at this point. What will be his reaction if he hears that they want to now zone it to the north? This is really, really a tricky period right now, and I urge Nigerians and our and the stakeholders, our traditional rulers, the clerics, to also mind the words they use in a time like this. Chidi Odikaya, the Voice of Nigeria director, former aviation minister, came out to also remind us of what Buhari said back in the days when he said that the Southeasterners are like a dot in a circle, meaning that they are minority. He called that back again. And in as much as, yes, people will say that he's referencing time, but I also want us to also be sensitive with what is happening in Nigeria. We don't want wars. Personally, I don't want wars. Yeah, there are some elements out there that wants all that of, just like the ESN that is destroying Nigerian property, as far as I'm concerned, because they see it as their own property. That's as in they see Nigeria as
a personal,
not that they don't belong to Nigeria. So they are destroying the properties of this country. But they forget that one way or the other they still pay tax, whether you like it or not. You pay VAT for many things, and those VATs are being used to do one or two projects around you.
Okay, Mr. Victor, thank you so much for your time on the show today. We really appreciate you coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And as for you who has been there watching us, thank you so much for being faithful and being there for us. Without you, we would not be here. Well, this is where we have to call it a wrap on today's segment of the newspaper review. My name remains Cyril Aloysius. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's at TAF TV. On Twitter, it's at TAF TV. On Instagram, it's at TAF TV_NG. And on YouTube, it's at TAF TV. Until we come your way again next time, do have a blessed and wonderful day.